Hello everyone, Professor Thompson here. This video is going to cover both the thought of the day and the peeve of the day. So we'll combine them and just talk about both. On Monday, I'm going to pass around a sign-up sheet, and you will be expected to sign up for a thought of the day and the peeve of the day. There will be openings from now until the end of the semester, because we will start almost every single class session with a thought of the day and the peeve of the day from various students in the course. The idea when we sign up is that you sign up on different days for each of these assignments. So you would sign up for the thought of the day on, say, November 1st, and you would sign up for the peeve of the day on December 7th, or vice versa, right? Somebody might sign up for the peeve of the day on August 31st and the thought of the day on October 20th. So you're not doing them on the same day. Okay, but I want to take a few minutes to explain what they are. I do have an explanation in the syllabus, so if you have your syllabus and you want to look at this syllabus, you can. It's in the assignment description section of the syllabus, so you can follow up with that if you need to. So first, the thought of the day. The thought of the day is where I ask you to bring in a pre-created and an already established thought, something that's already been out there. So I don't want you making it up, right? You know, it needs to be a Martin Luther King Jr. quote, a Yogi Berra quote, a quote from John F. Kennedy. It can be a poem from Maya Angelou. It can be a music lyric from Tupac or from Biggie. But the point is, it's already been established, it's already been published. In some way, it's public record. So the first part of the assignment is you'll go to the front of the class and you're going to present or say what the thought or the quote or the music lyric is, right? And then after you're done, the second part of it is you need to connect it back to yourself. So why does it mean something to you and why is it significant to you? That's what I care about. I absolutely do not want you to re-explain the quotation. So I'm telling you now, do not rephrase, do not try and mumble up. Don't tell me why it's, a cool quote. I want to know why specifically it links to you as a person. Why is it memorable to you? That has to be clear. So I'm going to give you an example. Okay, my example is a quotation that's called, it's a quotation. I got it from my mother when she was alive, and it reads, "Fair isn't that everyone gets the same thing. Fair is that everyone gets what they need." So again, fair isn't that everyone gets the same thing. Fair is that everyone gets what they need. So my mom gave me that quote, and the reason why it connects specifically to me, or why it's significant to me, is because it reminds me of being a parent to my two kids. When my daughter was in 4th grade, and my son would have been in 6th grade. So when my daughter was in 4th grade, we were shopping at a clothing store called Justice, and we were getting all kinds of clothes. And my son came up to me after about a half hour and he said, "Dad, are you going to get all those clothes for Audra?" And I looked at him, I said, "Yeah, probably." And he was like, "Oh, it's just not fair." And at that point, I turned around and I grabbed a blue dress off of the rack next to me. And I held it up to him and I said, "You should try on this blue dress. I bet it would look great on you. All the boys in 6th grade would think you look really good in this dress." And of course, like any 6th grade boy, he was like, "Oh, Dad, you're such a jerk." And he stormed off. Well, after we finished the purchases and we went out to the car, I looked at him in the back seat and I said, "Hey, you remember last week when we bought you new receiver gloves and I bought you new cleats for football?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Did I buy your sister any receiver gloves or some cleats?" And he said, "No." And I go, "That's right. You guys don't always get the same stuff when we go out. It's not about getting the same thing, right? And the moral, the piece of this, the underlying aspect of this is you guys always get what you need and more because you guys are spoiled rotten. And so what you need isn't always necessarily the same thing. So it goes back to that quote, fair isn't that everyone gets the same thing. And in my kid's case, it's never the same thing. But fair is that everyone gets what they need. And again, as I mentioned, in their case, they're spoiled, so they get more than that. So you can see that I have a personal connection to this quotation. That's what I'm looking for from you, is to pick something out, and you have to share a significance. That's what I'm looking for. If you don't complete it like that, then you'll obviously be marked down, and we don't want that situation. So just make sure that you're linking it back to yourself. Okay, then the second assignment that you have, and you will sign up to do this on a different day, is the peeve of the day. Just imagine what gets you going, what bothers you, what is like nails on a chalkboard to you. And that's what I want you to share. 1, 2, or 3 things at the start of the day when it's your day. So for me, I've already told you how much people showing up late really bothers me. That's a huge pet peeve of mine in my life. Students being late, parents being late, my kids being late. It just bothers me. But I'm going to share one more with you, just in the essence of giving you examples. One of the things that every morning I wake up and I shower and I put deodorant on and lotion on and I get dressed and I put cologne on and I come to work. I feel really good about myself. I feel clean, fresh. And one of the things that really bothers me and is a huge peeve of mine is if there's somebody who's smoking in front of a doorway and I then have to walk through a cloud of smoke in order to get inside. Because then all I have is this smoke smell in my nostrils and it won't go away. So no matter how clean I got, how clean I felt, I can only smell smoke for several hours and it bothers me. My best friend smokes. I have no problem with smokers, and that's just something that he chooses to do. But it bothers me if I am forced to walk through that in order to get into a building and forced to smell like that for the rest of the day. That's another pet peeve of mine. You might have peeves about driving. You might have peeves about fellow athletes on your sports teams, about coaches. You might have peeves about your parents or things that happen at home. Who knows? Maybe you have a job and so something to do with your coworkers. I find that most people have pet peeves and we can all relate to them in some way. So please think of your favorite 1, 2, or 3 peeves, and on your day, you will share those with us. So I've explained the thought and the peeve of the day, both of which are in your syllabus. This is obviously a video, so you can always rewatch this video if you want, but make sure that you're prepared on your day. Make sure you don't miss your assigned day once you sign up. And I look forward to hearing these 2 assignments from you over the course of this fall semester.